case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In 1987, the Supreme Court of the United States heard the case Greer v. Miller, which centered around the constitutional protections under the Due Process Clause. The case established that a prosecutor cannot use a defendant's silence after arrest as evidence of guilt during a trial if the defendant has been given Miranda warnings. The case arose from the murder of Neil Gorsuch in 1980. 3 men, Randy Williams, Clarence Armstrong, and Charles Miller, were charged with the crime. During Miller's trial, Williams testified that the 3 had beaten and robbed Gorsuch before taking him to a secluded area and shooting him in the head. Miller, however, took the stand on his own behalf and denied any involvement in the crime. He claimed that Armstrong and Williams had come to him seeking advice after the murder. During cross-examination, the prosecutor asked Miller why he did not tell his story earlier, potentially violating his right to remain silent. The defense counsel objected, but Miller was ultimately convicted of murder, aggravated kidnapping, and robbery, and sentenced to 80 years in prison. The Supreme Court later overturned the conviction, citing the prosecutor's question as prosecutorial misconduct, even though it did not technically violate the Doyle rule. Despite the question not being in violation of the Doyle rule, it was considered prosecutorial misconduct. The Illinois Supreme Court ruled that the question was harmless and did not violate the defendant's due process rights. However, the Supreme Court ultimately reversed the Court of Appeals judgment and sent the case back to the lower court for further proceedings consistent with their decision.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.